how the grip's supposed to be on the club, making sure that it's in the fingers of the hands, and a couple different grip routines or drills to make sure that it consistently stays that way. So when we talk about posture, what is good posture? We want to make sure that we're standing in a good position to start our swing. So to me, good posture is standing in an athletic position, making sure that the weight is evenly distributed from heel to toe, creating good angles with a little bit of knee bend and a little bit of hip bend to create a good spine angle at address. So from this type of a view, when I get into my good address, I'd like to see that my shoulders are right here in front of my knees. Just like this, making sure that I created some good angles here with the knee and at the hip. Pretty straight back. All of these things help us create a really good motion in the backswing, keeping the club, or giving the club a better chance to be on plane. So to get into that position, one that I like to do is holding the golf club, putting it against my thighs, and pushing down on it just a little bit, creating a little bit of pressure here. Just a little bit like this. It gets me feeling like I'm maybe sitting down a little bit, but it just gives me a strong base to make my pivot and my rotation have a little bit of restriction and create some energy. Another way that I like to do things is by setting up into my golf stance this way, with the club out like this, the little bit of knee bend, and then from here, I bend forward from my waist and drop my arms. Where the club ends up on the ground dictates your ball position, the distance from your toes to the ball. Now, a quick way just to get into a routine of setting up, dropping down, and giving yourself a really good feeling and a good structure to get into a good posture position each time. For those players that have perhaps a difficulty or a challenge in getting into a really good posture at address, one thing that I like to do is using a golf club, helping me match my spine angle to a very straight and extended position. So what I like to do is take my golf club, put it behind my back so that the grip of the club holds onto my tailbone and the back of the club holds onto just the back of my neck. And by maintaining these connections with the club, I can tilt forward slightly into flexion, bend my knees a little bit so I can feel the balance under my feet, and from here I can hold it, grip my club, and I'm ready to go. Helps give me the feeling of having a nice, tall, straight back at address. Helps me get my arms and the club onto a better line on the backswing. Not a bad way to do it. Another thing that you can do is hold the club in front of you, under your chin. Hold it against your body. Leave it that way as you come into your address position. And then from there, in order to get a little bit of tilt away from the target with your spine, simply tilt back until the club touches your inner thigh. Now you can put your arms down, grip the golf club, and you're in a great position with a little bit of tilt away from the target to wind up into your backswing. Hope these things really help you out.